To save. Expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Williams. 4-3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
And here's Tatum. Outside, Brown. Tatum passes to Brown. With the teardrop. Holmgren with the block.
And you can't forget about Holmgren's reach, especially when he's nearby on defense.
Dort finds Williams. Back to Dort. Outside, Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Williams has got 5 points.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Read the eyes of the ball handler, and Gilgeous-Alexander able to get a hand up in time.
Holiday uses the glass on the layup.
And they get that first bucket. 1 for 4 to start this game.
And you look at Derek White, Richard, the energy he plays with, it is remarkable.
That's his greatest attribute, his activity on both ends of the floor. Having a high motor is a skill. He keeps coming and tries to wear you down.
Williams' shot is good.
Executing the plan here early, still haven't missed a shot.
Tatum against Holmgren. Tatum inside. And finished off by Tatum.
Exploding at the rim. Tatum shows you the right way to finish off a drive.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Dort a screen on Holiday. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow, now this is how you want to start your games. Flawless shooting so far.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jason Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. 4 on the clock. Williams with it. Now guarded by White. Williams misses.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Brown can't hit.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And there's Brown. That one's good. On the assist from Holiday.
Night in, night out, Brown just makes plays.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Takes it inside. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Tatum from long range drops in the 3. Tatum's got 5.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Three-pointer Holiday gets the 3 to fall. He's got 5.
A consistent three-point shooter. You can count on Holiday.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Dort. No made baskets yet. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Great contest by Holiday. For my money, Drew is the best defensive guard in the league.
And there's the whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. There's 39 seconds left to play in the first.
The sweat that Gilgeous-Alexander puts in on defense does everything he can to trip you up.
Into the lane. Holmgren finds Williams. Fires for 3. Rebound Boston. White looking it over. And again, Boston with the triple.
I just love the ball movement.
There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren, looking to end the run. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Celtics out. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Celtics?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story. They're doing damage from deep.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
Taking a look at the Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. And it's now 11 consecutive wins for them. They are clicking right now.
Yeah, not very often you see a team that's got the juice flowing like these guys. They've got the right attitude, the right team-focused basketball to win against just about anyone. Going to be interesting to see who and how this stretch comes to an end.
Both shots good from the strike. Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
Yeah, B.A., I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
Brown against Dort, down to 5.
Nice finish.
Man, big time right there.
Was it just me, or was there a little bit extra on that slam by Brown?
Brown against Williams. Tipped away. Holiday with the ball. He's got 5. On the wing, Tatum. Back to Holiday. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense, because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with a screen on Tatum. Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And it's Holmgren missing. The Celtics with the lead. White with it. Guarded now by Williams. Outside, Brown. There's the 3. And there's Holiday. That's good. On the assist from Brown. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter. Dort, a screen on Holiday. Yes, sir! Gilgeous-Alexander with a deep three.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
Brown, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. It's tipped. And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Fires from the corner, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him.
And he's going to the line for... And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
Jason Tatum, 2 shots.
And even with...
There are only 2 minutes to review the play.
Even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look. So the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
That free throw, no good. You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren.
2 minutes remaining after that. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the second period. 5 on the clock. Outside, Williams. Dort for 3. They get it back to the left side wing. Holmgren finds Dort. Williams against Brown. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Brown. From downtown, Porzingis grabs the board.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
These are the little nuances in Brown's game. He has become an elite scorer.
And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. They've been taking care of business.
Especially at the offensive end, where they've been totally in sync.
Thunder trail by 6. Here's Dort. He takes it in, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Great determination. Dort uses his ferociousness to his advantage.
Pass to Tatum. Now Porzingis. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. And stolen by Holmgren. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Nice move. Oh, how about KP on the break?
Ooh, looking mobile in transition. Porzingis got to reward the big man for his hustle.
Williams, a screen on Holiday. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. With 1 on the clock. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Boston leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
They've had the hot hand from deep, so I'm giving these guys the green light. Keep riding the perimeter game until they take it away.
And now an up. Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. What a game we're seeing from Drew Holiday.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Isaiah Joe is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Cason Wallace, then it's Williams, and it's Wiggins in at the 4. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. Here's Pritchard. Here he goes. And it's in there. And the Celtics lead by 6.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
From deep. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Caruso outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Caruso's gotten his first basket of the night.
Oh, it takes real skill. For Caruso to get in and around that contact, that's tough.
Screen by Horford. Fires the 3. Pritchard, no good. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for OKC. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Wiggins from long range. 6 to shoot. Caruso, the pass to Wiggins. Drives to the hoop. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics lead by 4. Horford, right side. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Into the third. 2 minutes in now. Outside Craig. Screen by Horford. Beyond the arc. Craig, good. Craig's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
He's the last guy you want to leave alone on the perimeter.
Joe, the pass to Caruso. Pass to Wallace. Just 5 to shoot. There's a screen by Wiggins. Here's Joe. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Boston's gotten 6 of 10 3-pointers to drop. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Peyton Pritchard.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
Horford passes to Cornette. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Selfless player Horford looking for an outlet whenever he gets the chance.
Hard to find a season in his career where Horford didn't make an impact, RJ.
One way or another, he's going to help his team win. Still out there doing it and doing it at a high level. He's kind of an ageless wonder.
Joe, the pass to Caruso. Another shot. From 20 feet. Wallace misses. Celtics lead by 9. And they're on the break. A minute 37 left in the third. And Pritchard, here we go. Got a hand on it.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
For Boston, they've gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Stolen by Caruso. It's an even 3-on-3 break.
Ooh, Caruso's got that good eye. He can spot any opening.
Boston's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. The 3. Again, the miss by Boston. Thunder trail by 6. Wiggins outside Joe. There's a screen by Wiggins. Joe, the pass to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. And it's Joe penetrating. And he banks in the layup. Now just a 4-point Celtic lead.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Here's Pritchard, covered by Joe. Driving to the basket. Pritchard gets it to go. Pritchard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Now here's Caruso. Defense is right there. Jacks up a 3. Knocks down the triple. Caruso's got 5. That'll count. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dive. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Boston, the perimeter pairing is White and Brown. Kristaps Porzingis out there with Luke Cornett, and it's Holiday in at the point guard position. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston.
Celtic substitution.
So it's the Thunder now.
Jason Tatum.
Now Holmgren. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams a screen on Holiday. It's stolen by Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
Keep it simple if I were them. Feed Holiday, let Drew eat. He's been having a fantastic night.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Hartenstein with a screen on Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's all alone. He's all alone. And Holiday powers it home.
Excellent court awareness from Holiday. He got out ahead and finished off the break.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Here's Holmgren. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Outside Holiday. Outside White. Brown, a screen on Williams. And there's the lob. Just 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
That pass wandered off target. Can't lose focus on the little bitty things.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Holiday. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Soft touch off the glass.
And such a clever player in pick and rolls. Gilgeous-Alexander is unpredictable and understands how to attack defenses.
Holiday, a screen on Williams. Outside Holiday. Driving in. The Thunder with the rebound. And here's Holmgren. Outside for Dort. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort to tie it up. No good on the shot. Boston leading by 3. Tatum with it, and it's Dort picking him up. The kick out to White. Back to Tatum. Look at Tatum using his length.
And this is exactly who Tatum is. Someone who doesn't back down from taking the big shots.
Pass to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks it from distance.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
1:57 left in the fourth. Holiday from long range. Dort grabs the miss. And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points.
Have to respect the tenacity. Gilgeous-Alexander isn't afraid of going straight at the defense on the drive.
And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there. Holiday surveying the floor. Tatum, a screen on Dort. And Holiday powers it home.
He's been here so many times. What a huge make by Drew Holiday.
Thunder trail by 3. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't hit from in close. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the fourth quarter. White on the wing. Launches it. Hartenstein pulls it in. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Mark Dagnall had some words for his team over the last break. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us. We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Okay, thanks, Allie. It's Brown on the wing. Williams defending. Here's Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. Oh, Tatum taking flight.
The guy you want taking this shot. Tatum gets fired up and delivers.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Brown. Williams from long range. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Well, if they score here, they could effectively end this one.
Yeah, and their main objectives right now, taking care of the rock and using some time.
And the foul called on Chet Holmgren. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Oklahoma City on D. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Chet Holmgren. Third personal foul. Second team foul.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second.
2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that increases the lead to 6.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
Oh, he nails it! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3.
No fear in the eyes of Gilgeous-Alexander. His guys believe in his ability to come up big. Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
He gets the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws good, and it's a 5-point game.
He snuffs out any comeback hopes with an impressive performance at the line.
Williams misses. And stolen by Williams. Tatum with a steal. And so it's Boston with the W. And they barely squeak. Allie, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
And this season... Still very young, Greg. What are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Kuzma in at the 3. Holmgren the pass to Williams. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holmgren with a screen on Jackson. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
No mercy shown that time on D by Giannis. Great rejection.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Jackson misses. Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Lillard. Kuzma with a screen on George. Lillard from outside. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
The moment they hit that last shot, Lillard wanted one of his own. He was determined and undeterred to strike right back.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one doesn't drop.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And Lillard kicks to Giannis. Outside Jackson. Inside. Lopez inside. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And that one good.
Just so steady around the basket. Brook Lopez, really one of the more consistent scorers in the game.
Jackson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Tell you what, early in the game, these kinds of plays can really set the tone.
Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. On the wing, Williams. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Lillard with it. Dort covering. Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Jackson against Holmgren. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
First quarter of play. We're about 3 minutes in. Lillard attacking. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And even though Lopez has taken his game farther and farther from the basket, he can still punish you inside.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
And Special K, as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game, he definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
Now, strong take by SGA. 6'6" with point guard skills. What a nightmare matchup he is.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort a screen on Lopez. Williams outside. Lillard with the rebound. Milwaukee leading by 8. Tipped away. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Williams for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Giannis outside. Kuzma, right side. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. 4 on the shot clock. And that one drops. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Bucks. He got into... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
A lot of high motor play from them in this one, allowing them to kind of charge through the defense and find good looks.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now here's Lillard. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Lillard's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Bucks. Williams outside. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound in this one. There's Jackson with the three. Thunder with the rebound. The question for them right now, can they maintain this winning streak? They've notched 11 in a row.
Just a fun team to watch when you get right to it. I mean, the way they're executing at both ends of the floor, it seems like they're getting better each game. Communication, ball control, ball security, defensively. They are very adaptable, and we've seen how they adjust, always learning and constantly tweaking the winning formula.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot, and they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 14. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Antetokounmpo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Holmgren.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him with an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Jackson. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. For three, Williams.
To me, they look frustrated right now. Nothing seems to be falling, and it's starting to affect them at both ends of the floor.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Milwaukee leading by 9. Giannis rips it down.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
Over in the corner, Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Kuzma. The shot by Williams, no good.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Giannis dishes to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
The big fella with the big finish. Lopez rocking that rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Carries it from three-point range.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
Jordan against Lillard. 1:56 left here in the second. To the inside. Here's Giannis. Physical basketball from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
The sheer power of Antetokounmpo goes up and throws it down hard. That is impressive.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Lets the three fly. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 16-6 run. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an elite scorer. Coach Mark Daigneault said the sign of a good player is being a source of reliable offense. At the same time, he's learned to impact the game in other ways, and that's why he's a really good player. He's not just a hired gun scorer. Kevin?
Totally agree, D.A. He is a franchise cornerstone type of guy. And we thank you for the report. Giannis inside. He's against Hartenstein. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Another night we see Giannis at his best. This defense doesn't have a clue as to how to guard it.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nailed from three-point land. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Dort. There's the lob Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down.
Love the read there from Antetokounmpo. I mean, his basketball IQ is really impressive when it comes to alley-oop attempts.
And he's going up for the alley-oop, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Well, you need both to make it special, and they pulled it off.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fans.
Welcome, everybody.
It's not just about taking a shot. It's about taking the right shot. They've made a lot of good decisions out there.
Sometimes. And now here's something that's always interesting. And that about wraps it up.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Taurean Prince. Gary Trent is out there at Porter. Then there's Bobby Portis, and it's Sims in at the 5, down low. Milwaukee with the ball. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. And there's the foul. It will go on Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Porter. Here's Trent. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Hey, who got him?
Wallace outside. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Pass to Wiggins. The 3. The Thunder with another miss.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Puts up a 3. Caruso, no good.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Bangs home the trifecta.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
Wallace, good.
Finally get one to drop after starting the half with 4 straight clanks.
Bucks leading by 22. Here's Porter going inside.
Whoa, storming inside on that drive and then just exploding. What a jam by Porter.
Wiggins sets a screen for Wallace. Wiggins outside. The tray. Sims with the rebound. Milwaukee has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Trent goes in to the wing right side, and a wide open look for Portis, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Wallace kicks to Caruso. 3-pointer, drains it from beyond the arc. Caruso's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Porter against Wallace. Right side, Porter. Prince, the pass to Porter. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Pass to Williams. Bounce pass, Wallace. Porter with the steal.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Takes the 3. Good, and a nice assist from Prince. Porter's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Wiggins, a screen on Porter. Wallace dishes to Wiggins. Misses the three. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Prince's shot is good.
Coming into the league, scouts predicted Prince would be a solid 3-and-D specialist, and they were spot on.
Wallace looking for an opening. Prince against Wiggins. Sims with the rebound.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Trent can't hit.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And Zhang kicks to Caruso. 46 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul.
13 foul.
Now here's Porter. 5 points in the game. Outside Portis. Launches it. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder shooting just 31% in the game. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Pass to Porter. He takes it in and finished off by Porter.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one hand.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's miscue number 2 for them tonight. On the whole, they've been doing a great job of taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, there's a reason, Greg, they've held on to this lead. I mean, being very cautious and controlled with their passing and execution offensively.
Milwaukee's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Outside for Jackson. Floats it up for Giannis. And the dunk by Giannis.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Antetokounmpo. That's a 2. Look out!
Hey!
Wow.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim. This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
The Bucks have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And a deep three from Lillard. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Got a piece of it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Bucks.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Williams against Kuzma. Hartenstein with the screen on Kuzma. Williams can't hit.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Clock at 2. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Dort.
A multiple-time MVP. You know, what's really scary is that Giannis feels like he can keep getting better, and more importantly, he does the work to get better.
Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title, but whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Who needs the NBA draft? I mean, Dort worked his way onto the team, into the rotation, and then turns into a key contributor.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The long distance three is buried. Lillard's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Milwaukee.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Milwaukee.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And had significant points in this game. They just stayed committed to their brand of basketball. And that's why they'll be taking the front end of this three-game season series against the Thunder.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Lillard scanning the floor. Shoots the three. And it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. On offense, here are the Thunder. Here's Dort. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And here is Antetokounmpo. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, all right, DA, thanks again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Alder.
Like the first game of a brand new season. So many possibilities.
Well, you know, BA, for the players, you're excited and relieved at the same time. You get to see all the hard work you put in during the offseason pay off.
Let's check out Milwaukee's starting lineup. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Antetokounmpo. He can't get that one to fall. Tatum with some nice D. It's Brown on the wing, defended by Kuzma. From behind the arc. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. We discussed the elephant in the room, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Coach said we'll look to build the wall as best we can, but Giannis gets better at beating it every year. All I'm really asking from my guys is their best effort against him. These are reasonable expectations from a coach for his squad.
Thanks for that, Allie. The kick out to Kuzma. Back to Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Holiday, who poked away. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
I haven't been able to find their rhythm. That's 3 straight misses now.
Jackson finds Kuzma. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Jackson, pass to Antetokounmpo. And here's Lopez. A deep 3. No good that time.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Exploding off the floor. Give Tatum room and he will show off his athleticism at your expense.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. That shot is off.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
White with it. Jackson in his pocket. That puts him in the lead.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Kuzma outside. They get it again. Antetokounmpo. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on White.
And I mean, how do you guard Giannis? When he's looking to score, sometimes you just have to foul him.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Now here's Porzingis. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Holiday powers it home.
And Holiday's vertical is still sneaky good. At 6'4", he's capable of hammering it down.
And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul. 1:49 left to play in the first.
The alley-oop from that far away? PA, I'm speechless.
Hey, you're not alone. Me too. Everybody's a spectator on that one, including the defense. Now here's Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
And so much power out of Tatum. Look at the elevation.
The drive by Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
The size mismatch makes that a high percentage look.
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. Right side, Holiday. Over to the wing. The three, Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday.
A big man with big-time range. Porzingis is a legit threat from three-point land.
Lillard against Holiday. Out to Lillard. Here's the three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
White looking it over. To the wing on the left. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. The Bucks have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson on the wing. Back to Lillard. Let's go with a three. Connects from downtown. Lillard's got 6.
Lillard gets so much lift on his three-pointers. It's almost effortless how he shoots.
White with a screen on Lillard. Here's Holiday. Misses the layup. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Milwaukee out in front. Up 3. Man, this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stat-wise?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's really hard to get foul calls on the road. Credit them for being so aggressive.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Inside we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson, and it's Kuzma in at the 3. Brown can't hit.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Pass to Holiday. Nice move. Lillard pulls down the board. The Bucks leading by 8. Antetokounmpo finds Lillard. Back to Antetokounmpo. Jackson outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Bully ball in the paint from Giannis.
And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
The Celtics have got none of their first 3 shots to fall so far in the second. Brown, a screen on Lillard. Three-pointer, Holiday. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo has got 5 rebounds in the game. To the middle. Kicks it out to Jackson. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
White against Lillard. Again, the miss by Boston.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And the call will be against Derek White. That's foul number 2 for him. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Pass to Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Get outside, get outside.
This one for 3. Boston pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, get on free.
Kuzma outside. From the arc. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
And Brown with the stuff.
What a flush. Great athleticism from Brown.
And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, Antetokounmpo, bam!
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And a quick pause here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and check out last season's best shot blockers. Third is Brook Lopez.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Lillard against Holiday. He hits that one. 2 for 5 now.
Yeah, in the paint, Holiday's agility makes him tough to contain. He just needs a little space to go to work.
And Jackson, here we go. The kick out to Kuzma. Back to Jackson. Down low. Oh, Lillard with the dunk.
And get up, Dave. Mr. Lillard taking flight.
On the wing, Tatum. Holiday against Lillard. Now here's Holiday. He's closely guarded. Banked it in off the glass. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
I think Holiday knew there'd be some contact here, so he was ready to outwork it.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holiday. "19 seconds left in the half. They grab their own miss. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
And just tremendous putback ability. Giannis with that length and agility, just unstoppable.
Oh, here's White on the drive. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Boston shooting their first free throws here tonight.
First team foul. At the line.
And that one misses.
Line for 2 shots.
So he comes up empty at the line.
Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid from the end of the game.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for Milwaukee. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Fans, please do.
Thanks for tuning in.
Taking a look here now at Boston, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah. And turning back to our first half, things going well. Extremely well for the Bucks.
They're moving well on.
Glad you could join us. Ryan.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Al Horford out there with Luke Cornett. Then it's Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the shooting guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Sims. Deflected! Here's Hauser, guarded by Trent. Hauser, that's good. Hauser's got his first points in this one.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
Pass to Cornett. Back to Pritchard. Over Porter. Another one falls for Boston.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
The Bucks leading by 11. Here's Prince. No points yet. Porter, the pass to Prince. Here's Trent. 5 to shoot. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, we're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see, and your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that.
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. The drive by Porter, and then Porter with the dunk.
And how fun is it watching Porter Jr. punch it in, leaving no room for error on the drive.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Porter. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. Craig against Prince. Craig inside, and the layup is good off the glass.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Porter looks it over. Trent outside. Takes the 3, hits the trifecta. Trent's got 8 here in this quarter.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Cordes gets the bucket.
Entering the league, Porter Jr. was a scoring guard type, but he's morphed into more of a ball handler. Very impressive.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Porter. Pritchard gets it to go.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Here's Porter. Pass to Trent. Lets it go from deep. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Porter's got 3 assists in the game. Celtics trail by 19. Here's Pritchard. And again for 3.
For this franchise now, he's hit the most threes in a single season. Unbelievable.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. Left side Porter. Just 5 to shoot. Driving inside. Banked it in off the glass. And the Bucks lead by 18.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's Craig. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And here's Trent. He's got 11. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Hey, I'd keep feeding him every trip. He's been on fire this quarter.
Out left to the wing. Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points. Oh, he really fought for that one, battling through contact to complete the play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Lillard up top, going inside, and the dunk by Lillard.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
Boston foul.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. Stan, your coaching career started in the 1980s. How are players different today versus then?
Well, look, players have always shared one thing. They want to be the best that they can be, and they want to win games. But the players now are bigger, faster, stronger, and more skilled. The rules have changed, so the game's a little bit less physical, particularly at the NBA level, but the players are just better.
6 to shoot. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Brown. And he lobs it up, and stolen by Brown. Porzingis with it. Jackson in his pocket. Tatum way outside. Damian Lillard with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
To the inside, and stolen by Holiday. It's an even 3-on-3 break. It's Brown on the wing, defended by Jackson. Tatum a screen on Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Drills it from deep.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
Lillard against Holiday. We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. Holiday against Lillard. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Lillard passes to Lopez. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Porzingis in the post. Covered by Lopez. And that one's good. Porzingis.
And given how tall Porzingis is, not many guys are going to block his shot, especially when he's this close.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Jackson. The 3 is up. The rebound, Celtics.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
Yeah, I really like their game plan offensively coming out of the half. They've been efficient and effective, but they're still chasing the lead.
Lillard against Holiday, and Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Lillard outside. Clock at 6. Oh, Lillard just owning the paint.
Inside, Lillard can deliver. He's a skilled finisher.
Holiday taking his time here. Pass to Brown.
2 minutes.
The kick out to White. This one for 3. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And Milwaukee has possession. They lead by 11. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Lillard against Holiday. 6 to shoot. White with a steal.
Nice defense. Reading the play, using some quick hands to take it away.
Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, such an imposing defensive force. Giannis with the great timing on the rejection. That was a good call. The defense wasn't established.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
15 foul.
And he drops the first.
The resume Giannis has built already is impressive, and he's nowhere close to being done adding to it.
That one misses.
And they had an advantage tonight. Came out sharp and did what was needed. Nice win here for the Bucks.
And they were on fire tonight. Fantastic offensive performance, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they really shot the ball well. I mean, their coach has to be beyond thrilled with how well they played.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they avoid the season series sweep. This team played with pride to get the dub tonight.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
Holiday finds Porzingis. Again, the miss by Boston. And so it's Milwaukee with it. It's a 16-point game. Jackson, the pass to Kuzma. Back to Jackson. Lillard outside. The 3. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And so it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive. Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hills.
confidence to start the season strong.
Kevin, I think it means more if you're a young team. If your roster is filled with veterans, you're looking at the bigger picture.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
Woo-hoo! That's the athleticism you talked about with Jalen Williams. This guy can get off his feet in a hurry.
Outside Holiday. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. The question for them right now, can they maintain this winning streak? They've notched 11 in a row.
You have to give a ton of credit to not only the coaching staff for having their group prepared to play nightly, but also a ton of credit to these players who have been solid with their rotations, who've been committed to both ends of the floor. Their depth has been apparent. This is a formidable team right now.
Now here is Holiday. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's no coincidence, guys, that wherever Drew Holiday has gone, the team gets better, and it's about the way he leads by example.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense, but you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Mr. Porzingis. The kick out to Holiday. Stolen by Dort. Fast break, here they come. Williams with a clean look. Nails the corner 3. Williams has got 5.
If you let Jalen Williams get to his spots in the catch and shoot, good night, folks.
Here's White. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Holmgren. Following the basket by Derek White. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Thunder, another 3.
They can see the ball handling ability of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves with precision, creates opportunities in pick and roll action. That's nice.
Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against the Pistons. Tatum kicks to Porzingis. To the middle. Oh, took the contact and tried to... The coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
At the line for the Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. At the line for 2 shots. The play will be reviewed under NBA rules. The officials will have 2 minutes.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That one is off. And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Now, here's George.
2 minutes.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes.
Just 5 on the clock. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, we have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his... 3-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Drills it from outside.
Range on range. SGA with the big-time delivery from 3.
Tatum dishes to Brown.
This guy, one of the most elite athletes in the game, Jaylen Brown, finishes beautifully.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's White. Gilgeous-Alexander against Porzingis. Tatum down low. Out to Porzingis. From deep. Hits it from three-point range.
Well, he's got the green light. Porzingis understands. Be ready on the catch.
And a wide-open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. No good with the triple.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Williams for 3. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Celtics leading by 3. Tatum looking around. And slam dunk by Tatum.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
Dort with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Taking a look at the Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3.
Boy, the length of SGA. Get off your feet, young fella.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still in.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Holiday sets the pick for White. Just 5 to shoot. Porzingis way outside. Dort grabs the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. A 3. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8. And Greg, you talk about toughness, a compete factor. How does a team create that culture?
Call it critical mass. When you have the entire organization and enough players committed to that kind of effort, everyone has to meet that level.
Here's Dort. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over.
Looking now at some numbers for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Last season, he played outstanding. 3rd in scoring. And he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And looking back at his number 2 steal rate, yeah, he did gamble a little bit, you're right. But he also played some hard-nosed on-ball defense, and that was key. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
We're now about 2 minutes into the 2nd quarter. Brown kicks to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Brown. The 19-foot shot.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Outside, White.
If you need to cool somebody off on the offensive end, put Mr. Dort on him. This guy's so disruptive.
And we talk about Derek White. Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end.
Williams finds Hartenstein. And here is Williams. He's got 5. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander from deep three-point territory. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And now it's a 3-point Thunder lead. Tatum against Holmgren. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Take that! Oh, Tatum from the parking lot.
Well, Jason, Tatum with the answer from 3. That's how you stop an opponent's momentum.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pulls it up. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes. And they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Oh, that is impressive stuff from Derek White. Defender in his grill, no problem.
The Thunder have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the 2nd quarter. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. 44 seconds left in the first half. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Dort kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 4. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Holmgren can't hit.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Over in the corner, White. And here we go. Williams for 3. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for the Thunder. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
I'm not seeing their activity on D. Right now, the game is close, but it could turn on them unless they up the effort.
I agree. If they...
And next up on the docket, I'll look at some... That'll do it for our show today.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Torrey Craig is out there with Horford, and it's Cornette in at the 5. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams-Doris has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise. Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
Back, David, remember a couple of years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. Glad they're still together. And it's in there.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
The Thunder leading by 6. A shot off that time. Good work defensively by Horford.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
It's taken away by Wallace. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. From outside, off the mark. Boston has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Hauser. An easy 2 points on the layup. Hauser's got his first basket of the night.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yep, that one goes. Wallace has got the lead up to 6 now for the Thunder.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Pritchard passes to Craig. There's the pick. Outside, Horford. Back to Craig. And finished off by Craig.
Going to the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Caruso. Oh, good on the 3. 1:58 left to play in the third. You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
Second team foul.
And so here is Oklahoma City. They lead by 4. Here's Joe. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Joe's got 5 points so far.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
A minute 20 left to play here in the third. From downtown, hands it from downtown. And now it's a 9-point Thunder lead. The Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Pritchard, covered by Joe. Pritchard passes to Cornette. And Horford wide open. He shoots. Pass to Hauser. Caruso with the steal.
And you've got to do a better job of making sure the defender isn't in your space. I mean, if you're going to pump fake, you've got to make sure he doesn't have a chance for the steal.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Celtics trail by 11. The Celtics shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And yes, it's good. 10 points for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Lets it go with the 3. Traps in the tray. Porzingis has got 7 points in the game.
Boy, don't let Porzingis get cooking from three-point territory. He is a sweet shooting big man.
Now here's Caruso. Here's Wiggins. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Oklahoma City in the driver's seat, up 8 points. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Taking a look at the Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward. And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's aggressive defense. Shea always competing on that end of the floor.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday.
What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Holmgren kicks to Dort. Holmgren with a screen on White. Dort, and he goes in for the dunk.
That is Lou Dort coming with bad intentions, folks.
White with it. Dort covering. Outside Holiday. Brown outside. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Stolen by Holiday. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. And Brown throws it down hard.
Well, time and time again, Drew Holiday's elite defense becoming a catalyst for his team.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one is on Holiday.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
It's Dort on the wing. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on White.
This is one of the strongest 6'4 players in the league. Lou Dort is not going to have a problem playing through contact and getting an N1 opportunity.
Doors, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Williams against Tatum. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander just taking the initiative, driving to the cup with purpose.
Here's White, and they get it, and White with the stuff.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Holmgren sets the screen for Dort, lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Tatum. Tatum gets it inside.
Well, size and skill. Tatum on the interior, yes, sir.
The Thunder leading by 13. Left side, Williams. And Derek White picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
4th team foul.
There's a minute 34 left to play here in the 4th. For 3, Williams. That one, no good. The Celtics have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. And here's Porzingis for a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And when you rank stretch bigs, you have to place Porzingis toward the top of that list. This guy is a pure shooter at 7'3".
Here's Holiday. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Oklahoma City's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And he commits the intentional foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Thunder.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory connects again from distance.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. 5 on the clock. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Boston ball.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony.
Well, if you... like scoring, we've got you covered.
Yes, we do. Two high-powered offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Williams in at the 3. Now here's Lillard. Pass to Kuzma. Inside. Lillard outside. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist.
And Lillard can knock these things down in his sleep. He makes it look so easy.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Damian Lillard picks one up, and over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Playing Phoenix, he was nearly unstoppable. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Kuzma. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And it's now 11 consecutive wins for them. They are clicking right now.
It's been impressive, and the question now really is, who is going to figure out a way to stop this crew? Each time out, they're finding new ways to win. That is dangerous for your opponent. Really, a myriad of ways in which they're coming at you.
The kick out to Williams. Counted from distance.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Williams against Jackson. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Out to Lillard. Deflects the pass. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
That was just incredible instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming back out and made the play.
Rebounded by Kuzma. Lillard outside. The 3 ball. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And that's been Lillard's forte ever since breaking into the league.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Antetokounmpo with a great read there in the screen and roll. He knew exactly when to back off the pick.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, the Thunder have some grit. Coach Mark Daigneault said we compete, and on nights we aren't, we get back to that very quickly. The competition level and the willingness to do it together is the foundational piece. Brian?
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thank you. And here's Milwaukee now, following the bucket by Oklahoma City. And it's Lillard penetrating. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Lopez. Got a piece of it. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. The Bucks have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Here's Kuzma. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. A clear look for Antetokounmpo, and can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort, and stolen by Jackson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Antetokounmpo's gotten his second bucket on the night. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort, and there's a pick. And the layup is good.
And how about the athleticism of Dort? You see the width he has, but man, he can outwork you defensively.
Lillard up top. He's got 6. 3-pointer. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. And Williams has got the ball here for the Thunder. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Milwaukee this season.
We see these teams face off only twice a year. Last year, each won 1.
Well, if I had a calendar, I would have circled this one. But I love it when they get together. Last year, they split the 2 games between them, and I'll bet their battles are just as tightly contested this year.
And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Pass to Hartenstein.
Man, the defender really went after him.
These are his first free throws of the game. No good on that one.
Shooting for Oklahoma City, Isaiah.
Good on the second one. Lillard outside. He got it up. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And that does it for the first quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from Oklahoma City, what's your take so far?
Well, there's no reason to take risky shots when you can collect points at the rim.
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Jackson. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with.
Well, off the bounce, we know he's good, but off of the kickouts, he can still get it done. That one rings true.
Hartenstein a screen. The drive by Dort. Pass to Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the shot. Holmgren's got his second basket.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? A terrific big with skill, size, toughness, and the sky is the limit for this guy.
And it's Lillard penetrating.
Well, he can shoot the 3, so defenses have to go out and overplay him, and that's what creates lanes for him to do stuff like that.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Jackson. Dort for three. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Jackson on the wing. Dort defending. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. They set the screen. And he's going for the lob. Throw it down on the lob.
Well, involving guys with your eyes and seeing plays like this, that's a beautiful play by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Lillard against Gilgeous-Alexander from deep three-point land. Hartenstein pulls it in. For Oklahoma City, they've got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Lillard against Holmgren. Pass to Williams. Here's SGA. Now Holmgren takes the three. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Superb D from Gilgeous-Alexander, using his length to wipe away the shot.
Dort, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Holmgren. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer pro-am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
Kicks it out to Jackson. Launches it. And another miss by Milwaukee. Thunder with a lead. And stolen by Jackson. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in.
Oh, 5 threes this half. The D can't contain this guy.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Jackson. In transition. Here come the Bucks. And it's Kuzma finishing it off.
Beautiful setup on the alley-oop.
Great catch, great flush. Gilgeous-Alexander against Jackson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Jackson. To the middle. And it's Hartenstein. That time on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Lillard looking around. Antetokounmpo up top. 29 seconds left in the second. 5 on the clock. The three, here's Lillard. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Jackson against Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Three-pointer. Oh, what an incredible end to the quarter.
Wow, incredible indeed. Waits until the very last second to let it fly.
Woo. Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
His selections is touch phenomenal. It's the kind of shooting night some people dream about, except for me.
And now, not a bad time to take a look at the schedule. And that's a wrap on.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Thunder out in front. They're up by 2. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. What a game we're seeing from Damian Lillard.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Alex Caruso is out there with Cason Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins, then it's Williams, and it's Jang in at the power forward position. Now here's Wallace into the lane, and that one is hammered home.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And there's the call on Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Portis a screen. Porter the pass to Portis. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And over the last half-decade, Brent, Bobby Portis has been the best six-man big you can find.
Yeah, pretty remarkable, B.A. He comes in, he gives you some great scoring in some stretches, plays some solid defense. He's got a lot of fire to his game. So this is the exact kind of guy that your team needs in the second unit.
Now here's Caruso. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Caruso's got his first basket.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Picked by Prince. Here's Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Yeah, check out the ups on Porter. Leaping off the floor and playing over the defense.
And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Williams a screen on Trent. Caruso, the pass to Sajang. And it's rejected.
How about the reach from Portis there?
Trent outside. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul of the game.
And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
Porter looks it over. Just 5 on the clock. There's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul of the game.
14 foul.
Wiggins with a steal. Wallace, the pass to Williams. The kick out to Wiggins. Caruso, a screen on Prince. Wiggins drives in. Count it.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Milwaukee's gone 6 for 12 from deep so far in this game. Well, Grant from...
Teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team. They want to dominate the competition on another level.
Now here's Wiggins. Back to Caruso. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize. Milwaukee leading by 3. Pass to Trent. 4-3. Pure from three-point range. Trent's got 6.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Gets the 3 ball to go.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Thunder trail by 3. Caruso left side. Wallace outside. Back to Caruso. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Trent with it. Caruso covers. Outside Porter. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. First one falls. And last season, Brent, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league at 2 steals per game. What a season.
Wiggins against Prince. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Defense has got to be better. Flat-out effort was not there.
Now here's Caruso. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. Floats one up. Rebounded by Trent. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Order in the post. Watched by Wallace. Outside Porter. Pass to Sims. There's the drive. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation probably disappointing.
Tie game in Milwaukee. After a quick break, we're coming right back with this.
Let's get this pace back up. All right.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Jackson out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That'll belong to Kyle Kuzma.
Gilgeous-Alexander coming at you, so a thorn in the defensive side.
And that one falls. That puts him up 1 point in the game now. He's established himself as an MVP candidate. But what is the ceiling of SGA in your mind, Brent?
Well, if he's there now, is that good enough, BA? I mean, this guy has a chance to win an MVP award in the next 6 or 7 years, and is going to be considered that caliber of player for that stretch. That's pretty awesome. He can put up big numbers, which is more impressive.
Lillard outside. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
So much strength and quickness coming from Giannis.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Mark Daigneault had some words for his team over the last break. Coach had a clear message for his team. He said, quote, "Let's finish the job out there. It's ours for the taking if we can just get it done." So it sounds like he's hoping they can close out this game strong, guys.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. The Bucks shooting 55% for the game so far. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Hartenstein pulls it in.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. And Giannis Antetokounmpo picks up that foul. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Jackson. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Strong finish by Gilgeous-Alexander.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the dunk.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, BA.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Pass to Lillard. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Oh, Giannis using his size inside. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Bucks.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
Well, another part of the credit has to go to what they did on the inside blocking shots. I mean, super scrappy defensively and just affecting a lot of the opportunities that their opponents were putting up.
Oklahoma City has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
It's so exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
And that one misses. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. 4-point game. And they go to the intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Jackson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams a screen on Jackson. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists in the game. Lillard outside.
Yes, sir! That's what you tune in for right there. Wow. And that is what you need in big moments. Lillard's a strong leader with competitive drive. Bingo! And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these. And SGA is used to burying these kind of big-time shots. Just an outstanding leader for this team.
Lillard outside. Six to shoot. From the arc. Hartenstein pulls it in. The Thunder have gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Williams against Antetokounmpo. They set the pick, and it's Williams off the drive. On the take, rejected by Lopez.
Excellent off-ball awareness as Brook was able to get over there and swat it away.
1:02 left in the fourth quarter here. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Five to shoot. Yes! A huge shot to tie it up.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
I've seen that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
With the floater, out to Lillard. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. And the call will be against Kyle Kuzma. That's foul number 2 for him. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Dort. Holmgren, the pass to Dort. Oh, stolen by Lillard.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away. And that's what you want your leaders to do. Giannis stepping up in a big way.
It's Dort on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. To force OT. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to OT, but they come up empty-handed. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barrett.
In game one of the NBA season, how does opening night feel different from the rest of the season, the rest of the schedule?
Well, Kevin, it's the excitement of the unknown. Everybody comes in with the highest of expectations, right? You got new teammates, some new wrinkles, still a lot to figure out and shake out over the course of a long season.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the point. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Holiday attacking. Can't get it to fall.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
And the long strides of Antetokounmpo. Once he gets downhill, there's almost no stopping.
Here's Holiday following the bucket by the Bucks. And that one is good.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Jackson looking it over. Here's Giannis. Lays it up and banks it in. Giannis has got 6.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Double team on Holiday. And Tatum puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Giannis.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Count that bucket. He's got 8.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
White against Jackson. Brown with the screen on Jackson. There's the lob to Brown. Lopez with the steal. Jackson kicks to Lopez. And it's off from 3-point range.
And that miss makes them 4 of 5 to start this one. Not a bad start.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Now here's Kuzma. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. 5 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the rejection by Tatum.
The all-star Tatum engaged on defense. That's a scary sight for opponents.
Here's Brown. Out to Porzingis. Plenty of space. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Right the pass to Brown. And stolen by Kuzma. Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. It's stolen by White. It's Brown on the wing. Lopez covering. A nice shot by Brown.
A very athletic play by Brown, getting the ball inside and working his way to a high percentage shot.
Tatum against Giannis. Outside Jackson. Lillard right side. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Lillard finds Giannis. It's good again in an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Holiday against Lillard. The kick out to Tatum. White, a screen on Antetokounmpo. Tatum dishes to White. Back to Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. Over Jackson. Tatum's shot is off.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's his first foul. Now, here's Lillard. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Lillard. 1 second left. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock.
And that does it for the first quarter. Bucks lead by 8. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
On the court for the Celtics, the post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the 1. No one had more success at the foul line last season than this group of players. 4th, Damian Lillard.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
Lillard against Holiday. Puts up a deep 3. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Holiday putting his legs into that shot.
Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin, but Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
Here's Tatum, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Lillard, the pass to Kuzma. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Outside, White. Tatum setting the pick for White. Here's the 3. A rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lillard outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
It's tipped. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Giannis flies the other way.
I'll be honest, he's having a better quarter than a lot of my nights back when I played.
Holiday against Lillard. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Driving inside. Looking to end the run. Kuzma pulls it in. Bucks leading by 12. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2 and... Oh, what a move! Giannis!
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Shot clock at 5. Lillard from outside. Knocked away. Brown against Jackson. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Giannis, no good. Celtics trail by 12. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance.
Looking mobile in transition. Porzingis got to reward the big man for his hustle.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Lillard against Holiday. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Jackson. Still without a basket. Lopez right side. Kuzma outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And the second free throw, good.
Oh, the great thing about Kuzma is he's so well-rounded. He can do a little bit of everything on the floor.
Lillard against Holiday. Driving in. And White kicks to Holiday. And the lead is down inside single digits. Holiday's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Boston. Lillard scanning the floor. There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Celtics trail by 8. On the wing, Brown. Count it. Brown's got his second basket of the night.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Three-pointer, Lillard knocks down the 3-ball. And the Bucks lead by 9.
He was inside his own head in that first quarter. You could see it. Now he's doing a much better job of letting the game come to him.
Right side, Holiday. A wide open look here for Porzingis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
And so it's Milwaukee bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Offensively, they can post you, drive it, run cutters. They're living large in that painted area.
All right, fellas, let's now. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
He has been aggressive, getting into the painted areas seemingly at will and wreaking absolute havoc on the defense.
They've got Gary Trent. Bobby Portis out there with Taurean Prince. Then it's Porter. And it's Sims in at the 5. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. And both free throws good for Sims. Celtics trail by 9. And there's the call on Kevin Porter. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And the Celtics with possession here. Here's Hauser. And the layup's good off the glass.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Porter looking it over. And the shot goes down. Porter's got his first points in this one.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
And Porter comes to help. Cornette passes to Horford. Clock at 6. And good that time. Horford's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said you can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Out left to the wing. Cornette kicks to Horford. Shoots over Portis. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Al Horford.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Prince outside. Pulls up on the wing. They grab their own miss. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
Offensive rebounding is about hustle and determination. Huge putback, making a statement there.
Pass to Pritchard. And stolen by Portis. And it's the Bucks on the break. Trent, right side. Fires from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Hauser misses.
And they continue to control the glass.
Portis kicks to Prince. Portis against Craig. Outside Portis. 6 to shoot. Pass to Trent. Beyond the arc. Kicks it out to Prince. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Porter with the steal. Outside Portis. At the top of the key, Sims. Craig against Prince. Pass to Porter. Prince kicks to Trent. Shot clock at 6. Prince with a screen on Craig. Trent can't hit. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Pritchard. Offline with his 3. Milwaukee has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Trent. Craig pulls it in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Hauser, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Prince outside. Good on the triple. Prince has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Craig, and finished off by Craig.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
When he's gone, KPJ is a deadly offensive player. Can beat you in so many ways, including off the bounce.
Three-pointer, Horford. That shot off. And so it's Milwaukee in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball in. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in its center. Holiday gets the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Left side, out of the Kumbo. Off target from outside. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. 7-point differential. And it's Brown missing.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough three.
Giannis outside. Giannis drives in, and Giannis throws it down hard.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
On the wing, Giannis. Here he goes. Lillard outside. 6 to shoot. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
Incredible range. Lillard makes these deep shots look like they're effortless.
Emphatic finish by Tatum.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Here's Lopez. Sweet move. And that's 2 points on the layup. Lopez has got his first points of the game.
Can't let Lopez get comfortable down low. The second he does, there's no stopping.
Holiday against Lillard. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Holiday. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Lillard with the bucket.
That first step of Lillard, deadly.
For Boston, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Porzingis sets the pick for White. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
Just 5 on the clock. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Holiday. Loads it up for Giannis. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Boston ball.
Celtics trail by 10. Holiday surveying the floor. Porzingis with a screen on Lillard. Here's Holiday. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Inside. Antetokounmpo. Automatic.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
Here's Holiday. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And he's able to get it back. The kick out to Brown. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Jackson. They get a hand on it and taken away by Brown. To the paint. Here's Tatum. And the dunk by Tatum.
Oh, this is how aggressive Tatum is. Excellent job of getting to the rim and a finish. Just lightweight.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Milwaukee.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
That's breathing a huge sigh of relief, guys. They're on their way to a win here, avoiding losing all 4 games of the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Second team foul.
.35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Tatum against Antetokounmpo. Right side Jackson. Back to Giannis. The rebound by the Celtics. Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But hey, never say never.
So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home.
Thank you for that, David. And that about wraps it up. Along with Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David.